What is up, guys? It is T-Boy Hoops. It's currently 5:35 in the morning, and I'm about to leave for practice. Now, as I get my food ready, I am doing a day in the life video today. Why? Ooh, this apple is 198 grams. Gotta weigh everything I eat so I can track it. Anyway, I am doing this because my freshman year, in the CAF, the one and only Grant Pierce got me a breakfast hot dog at the CAF. Did I say that already? It was at the CAF. He got me a breakfast hot dog contingent on the fact that I would do it a day in the life. And it's been 2 years, and I haven't done it yet. So I figured today's the day. So that's what we're doing. So I will keep you guys with me the whole day, and you will know exactly what I do. So I gotta finish getting my stuff ready and everything, but I'll see you guys later. Boom. Guys, I'm back. I'm currently like 4 minutes or 5 minutes through my 10-minute walk to the pool, which I guess it's not ideal. Have to walk 10 minutes to the pool every morning, but I do live off campus, so I think I'll take that trade-off because it is really nice having a house. So I would say it's worth it. And 10 minutes isn't terrible. 10 minutes honestly feels like enough time to kind of get the blood flowing and get my legs kind of warmed up before getting in the water. So yeah, it's not bad. But I don't know what practice looks like today, or I don't know what it looks like today. So Coach always sends out our practices early, but I haven't looked at it. I try not to look at the practices before I do them because I tend to overthink things and get in my own head, especially if it's something I know that it's gonna suck. So I'd rather just not know what we're doing until I show up at the pool. So that's what we're doing today. I have no idea, but I will let you guys know once I get done with practice, which is probably the next time I'll see you guys after I turn this off. But today's kind of a full day. The plan is practice now, and then practice again at 10 to 12, which is kind of a fast turnaround. I go 6 to 7:30 and then 10 to 12. That's because I have class from, when do I have class today? I have class 2 to 6:30 today, which we have our afternoon practices are 2 to 4, 4 to 6, so I have to miss both of those. So I have to go in early to get the second practice done. And then the team is going to a volleyball game at 6. So depending on how much homework I have, I might show up to that late because I have class till 6:30. Or my 6:30 class might get out early because that also tends to happen a lot. Yeah, that's what my day looks like. Just practice and class. It's pretty much going to be every day. So yeah, day in the life isn't super exciting. Sorry, Grant, but I will try to make it as exciting as possible. I'll show you guys everything I eat, and make sure to show you guys all my homework. It'll be awesome. It'll be so fun, I promise. So yeah, I will see you guys after practice. Boom. Guys, It is T-Boy Hoops. I am currently crossing the street. It is, what time is it? What time is it? I can't check. Well, it's around 7:35 or something. I am walking back from practice. It was a good practice, I guess. It was a lot of just like flesh out stuff because we had a long weekend because yesterday was Labor Day, which we had off. Sunday we had off. Saturday we had off. Friday we only had a lift and a swim in the morning, so we've had a lot of time out of the pool. Well, some people have. So we just did some long, like, flesh out kind of aerobic stuff, get the body moving and warmed up for the rest of the week. Get to like feeling our strokes and everything. So I was in on Sunday, so I was only out of the pool for like a day. I was in Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday just to get some extra work in, keep my feel for the water. But yeah, we did like 5,500 yards, somewhere around there. It was a lot of just continuous swimming. I can pull up the set when I get back to my house, when I start making breakfast. I can pull that up. If you guys are curious, it's not that much to be in awe of. It was a pretty simple, just flush out kind of thing. I feel pretty good though. I feel loose. I have to go back at 10 o'clock though, so I get like a 2.5 hour turnaround between my two practices, which is literally just the worst thing ever, because I know that since we had like an easier practice this morning, that the second practice is literally going to suck. So I'm trying to mentally prepare for that. I need to make sure I have a huge breakfast, so I have enough energy to get through that, because I honestly feel pretty gassed right now. But even though it was like a lot of easy swimming, it was just continuous, so we didn't get a lot of rest. It was a lot of just continuous swimming back and forth, and my arms are tired and my legs are tired and my body just feels gassed right now. I need fuel. So that's what I'm gonna go do. You guys can join me in the kitchen when I get started. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my time, probably like 10 minutes. In your time, it's literally gonna be like right now. Boom. No, I'm not in the kitchen right now, but you need to see this. I think this is actually so cool. Let me take out my backpack for this. I almost stepped on this guy as I was walking into my house. Look at that. Look at him. That is a gigantic slug. Like, look at that. I don't know if you're getting it. Look at that. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Where'd he go? That is a gigantic slug. I can't even... Look at that. He's so... That's huge. That's gigantic. Well, that was it. I just wanted to show you that. I thought that was cool. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Boom. What's up, guys? I'm now actually in the kitchen. Okay, here's kind of an issue. Is that when I'm cooking, I'm going to be like right here. And you can't really see my face. But I don't want to lean down like this the whole time. So, I don't know. Also, I'm going to be walking around a lot. So, you're just going to have to use your ears and listen when I'm not staring right at you. Hopefully, I'll be loud enough. Because I need to put some dishes away from last night that were set out to dry before I can start anything. Oh, did someone else use the other pan? What? Where'd it go? Oh. Yeah, somebody else did use it. I used this to roast asparagus last night. It was pretty good, but I put a little bit too much salt on my asparagus. Because I was too lazy to measure out everything. So I was kind of just pouring it on like, yeah, this looks like enough. This looks like enough of this. This looks like enough. And obviously I put too much salt. I can't wait to go back to the pool in 2 hours. Seriously, the turnaround sucks. It goes a lot faster than you think it would. Like, you think like 2 hours, like, that's kind of bad, but that's not like that bad. But by the time I'm done eating, it's like, oh, I only have like 30 minutes until I have to leave. And, well, that sounds like I take well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how much time I'll have. We'll see. But I don't think it's going to be a lot. Oh, I need this for oats. For breakfast, I'm doing steel-cut oats, eggs and sausage, and toast with peanut butter to hit all the different macros. I'm hitting fats, I'm hitting proteins, I'm hitting carbs. So, gonna track all my food. I'll tell you all my macros and calories and everything. Because I think that's really cool to do that. Because there are a lot of things you can't control in the realm of fitness, but you can control your diet. That is one of the things that you know you can objectively control. So I choose to control it because I can. And it'll make me better. Alright, I might start just cutting this down to the parts where I'm talking, or else this is going to be a long video of me just walking around the kitchen, getting stuff done, one item at a time, and then coming back to talk. Or, you know what, I'll just turn it off until I'm done cleaning up the kitchen, because that part is boring and you don't want to watch that. So, I'll see you after I clean up the kitchen. Boom! Okay guys, we're back. I have my spinach sauteing right now. Right here, which I'm going to throw the eggs in with once that spinach is cooked. Need to get my steel-cut oats ready. What's a serving of this? A 4th cup? Wait, I always forget how much water I need. A 1/2 cup of water. So, if my memory serves me correctly... Ah, dang it! I just poured water over the stove. You boil that water, which takes like 2 seconds because it's 1/2 cup. And then you throw salt in. Or no. I throw the salt in now. What am I talking about? And then when it starts to boil, I throw the oats in and I just simmer them. Now they say like 7 minutes, but I like my oats pretty thick, so I usually go for 10 to 12 minutes on those. And then I have the air fryer started up right now where I'm going to throw in my toast. You know what sucks about spinach? Is it always shrinks down so much. Like, I always think I'm putting in enough spinach, and then the spinach cooks down, and it's like, oh, I have no spinach. Which is really annoying. So I'm gonna get more. And then, I was gonna throw some tomatoes in there, because I have some tomatoes, but now I don't think I want to. Simply because I'm trying to eat as fast as possible right now. So my body can get fueled before my next workout. So taking the extra time to get up the cutting board and cut up the tomatoes, while it doesn't take that much time, I don't feel like doing it right now. What the heck? There's like so much like smoke. Like, It's starting to boil. Also, somebody left some food on the stove, so it smells like it's burning in here. If there's some food left on there for a little bit. Alright. Have to weigh this out. So it's a fourth cup, but the fourth cup varies by a few grams each time I pull it, so I weigh it as well just to be consistent. 38 grams. Pour that in, reduce heat. I'm a pro at this, if you couldn't tell. Oh yeah, I was going to mention this and I completely forgot until just now. I was walking back from practice and I saw some woman smoking in her car. And, like, if you want to smoke, I get it. Like, it's cool. You can smoke. Like, you're allowed to do that, of course. But I don't understand why people have all the opportunity in the world to be healthy and they just choose not to. I don't understand that at all. That doesn't make sense to me. Because being healthy is like really important to me. Like, I want to live long and, you know, like I want to ideally be like 100 and still be able to like walk around and do stuff. I saw a video of like a man that was like over 100 years old and he was still like in complete control of all his mental faculties, and he was running marathons and half marathons and all that. It's like, that's how I want to be. Like that, like health is so important to me, and especially for that aspect. So I can live like a long, fulfilling life, you know? Like, I don't want to get old and then I just have to sit on a couch until I die because I can't do anything. That sounds horrible to me. You know, and I want to be able to do things with my grandkids and, like, be active in their lives. And, yeah. So, like, yeah, basically, long way of saying, I don't understand why people choose to be unhealthy. There's literally zero... There's zero benefit to being unhealthy, and there is every benefit to being healthy. There was definitely a more elegant way to say that, but you get what I mean. So yeah, health is really important to me. That's one reason I track what I eat too, is because I know that it keeps me more accountable. I stop eating sweets as much when I track what I eat because I can see the effect it has on my daily macros and calories. And I think when the effects are more visible, for instance, in terms of numbers, it makes it easier to not indulge in certain sweets because I can see what it's doing, to my macro count. Which, if you're curious, I'm at about 55% carbs. This is for calories from macros. 55% carbs, 25% protein, 20% fat, I believe. I might start switching that up depending on how I feel in the water these next few weeks. What it's most likely going to be is I'm going to bump up protein and move down carbs, because fats needs to stay at, I think, ideally like 15 to 20% minimum to like be able to function, and I don't think my body really needs more fats. So I think fats are okay at 20%. Some days I go over on fats, which I think is okay because my fats are so low to begin with. Protein, I just do 1 gram per pound of body weight, but that might also change. As I said, I think I want to bring protein up a little bit and carbs down. One, just because I really like protein. Like, I tend to hit my protein goal way early in the day, just because that's when I enjoy eating the most. That's what I gravitate towards. A lot of meats, a lot of cottage cheese, a lot of yogurt, which are all super high in protein. So I'll hit my protein goal like super early sometimes. And then it's like, oh, well, now all I can eat is carbs. Which I guess not. Like, obviously I have some wiggle room, but my body needs carbs to, recover and everything. So I try to make sure I'm getting a good amount of carbs in. But I think I could allow for some more protein. More protein is never bad unless it's taking away from the necessary carbs or fats that I would need, which I think my carbs at 55%, like, I think I'm pretty good on carbs. Like, I don't think I really am struggling to get carbs, and considering, like, my body is not, like, dying for carbs considering it's at 55% of my intake. Okay, I really wish I had a smaller pan for these oats, or a pot, because they cook like way too fast in that thing. What I need to do is whenever I cook it, I need to do a double batch, because I just did a single, and I mean, like, all the water is gone because, I mean, look how big this is. Like, there's too much surface area. Like, the water's cooking out before the oats are actually done. I'm gonna add a little more water. Alright, let's see how they fare with that. I now need to throw my bread into the air fryer. That's right. I use an air fryer because I'm awesome. And if you don't get it, well, clearly you don't own an air fryer. Now, I'm probably just doing 1 piece of toast today because I don't want to go too heavy, considering I have to get in the water in not too long. So I'm not trying to eat 1 billion calories. I am trying to have a substantial amount, though. I'm trying to have enough so that I have fuel, but not too much that I feel heavy when I'm getting in the water. Which is why I'm, like, doing, crap. So I'm doing oats because they don't necessarily sit heavy. Oats are, like, pretty light, and that's too much peanut butter. Oats are pretty light, and they're a really good complex carb source. They're also really concentrated in carbs. I feel like it doesn't take that much oats to get a good amount. Like, that serving is not going to be that much. Like, I'm probably going to finish these oats in like 5 seconds, and they're going to have like 30 grams. Which is pretty good. Also, the peanut butter I use is always powdered because it doesn't have as much fat. And I've been eating powdered peanut butter for long enough that, honestly, it tastes like regular peanut butter to me. I don't know if that's actually true, but it's been long enough that I feel like it tastes just like regular peanut butter. I mean, I can guarantee that's probably not true, but that's the way it is for me. So I see no need to go back to regular peanut butter, considering how much healthier this is. in terms of macros. And like with a lot of like modified like ingredients, like gosh, I can't think of anything right now. But like things that are like marketed as healthier usually aren't. Like light mayo usually actually isn't healthier. Like sure, it has less calories and less fat, but they have so many other additives to make it still taste like mayonnaise that usually it's worse for you, or at least, you know, it's not like it's doing you any favors by being light. But like something like powdered peanut butter, from what I've gathered, it's pretty much like totally like organic and natural. Like they just roast, I think they just roast peanuts and they turn it into like a powder, and then they add well actually let's just look at the ingredients. Peanut flour, coconut, palm sugar, and salt. So like you're not getting a ton of additives. It's all pretty natural stuff. Which is why I think it's a good alternative for people who love peanut butter. Yeah, it's a good alternative for people who really like peanut butter. But, you know, can't necessarily spare the calories for peanut butter all the time, because peanut butter is insanely caloric. It's like 2 tablespoons has like almost 200 calories, I think, and like 17 grams of fat. Like, that's insane to me. Alright, I gotta finish measuring out all my food and putting it in, and then I'll get back to you guys. So, see you guys later. Boom. Okay, guys, I just finished breakfast. Well, finished making it. So here's my plate. That is the eggs with spinach, the sausage, and the peanut butter toast. And then these are the oats, which it really doesn't make a lot. I should probably do a double batch of that. I should have. I was looking at my macros, and I'm at like 62 carbs, 67 protein. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how much fat. But I'm hovering right above, I think I'm right under 600 calories. I literally looked and then I forgot, like right away. So I apologize that I don't remember. But now I am going to probably gonna watch Seinfeld while I eat breakfast, because I love Seinfeld. Can't beat Seinfeld. Seinfeld is the best. Literally nobody can tell me that I'm wrong. You know what? I'm going to add some sweetener to these oats, actually. Get some more carbs in, and it'll taste a little better. And, wait, hold on. Live taste test. Oh, no. It's good like that. They're plain. You can taste a little bit of the salt from when I salted the water, and that's actually really good. Plain steel cut oats. That's actually really good. I don't know why I've never done that before. Well, yeah. Anyway, probably gonna watch Seinfeld. I'm gonna eat, and then I'll probably get my Bible reading done, and then I don't have any homework to do, so I don't know. I'll figure out something to fill the time before I go back to practice. Whatever. I'll talk to you guys later. You'll know what I'm doing. So, boom. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm on my way to practice number 2. Literally just walked out the door. I am exhausted. My body is not recovered. I can still feel my breakfast sitting in my stomach. So that's great. I definitely feel ready to get back in the water for an actual hard practice this time, too. This practice will suck. Yeah, so I watched some TV, I ate, and I did the dishes, and then I got to read my Bible, and then I watched a video about 0-calorie sweeteners and like which ones are safe. I'm trying to look into like research on that, just to get a better idea of like what I'm putting in my body and what I should be avoiding. Because like, for instance, I have a Propel with me right now, not a sponsor. And like that's sweetened with aspartame, or no, it's sweetened with sucralose and Ace K, and like I don't know if those are safe necessarily, because I've heard that they are, and I know the FDA approved them, but like there have been lots of research, like there's been lots of research saying that it's also not safe. So I've been trying to like look into that to kind of like get an idea of like, should I be staying away from things like Propel, like, because I know I need the electrolytes, but like, should I find another source, I guess is what I'm looking for. And like protein powders, a lot of protein powders are sweetened with artificial sweeteners. That's really what I'm worried about, like the natural ones like stevia and monk fruit and erythritol. I know that those are okay, but stuff like Ace K and sucralose, I don't know if those are safe, especially to consume like a lot of it or to consume over a long period of time. So yeah, I've been looking into research on that, and I'm just gonna continue to do that because that's something I'm curious about. I always want to know what I'm putting in my body. Also have some grapes that I'm gonna start eating once I turn off the camera, to get some quick carbs into the bloodstream before practice. I know grapes are safe. I don't need to do research on grapes. I know those are safe. Yeah, I'm really not ready for this practice. This is not something I want to do right now. I feel like I had something else to tell you guys, but now I don't remember what it was, if it was anything. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the pool. Boom. What's up, guys? It is T-Boy Hoops. Just finished practice number 2. Walking home now. Have the rest of my Propel I need to finish for electrolytes. And then this applesauce for quick carbs into the bloodstream to jumpstart recovery. I am on top of it. I am super, super crazy hungry. So I'm going to make food, and then I'll probably tell you guys about that practice and everything. It was really good aerobic work. It was good. It was really good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll tell you guys all about that when I get home. See you guys later. Boom. Hey guys, what is up? I just finished eating. It is currently 1:17 p.m. I am exhausted. I am so tired, and I have class in 43 minutes. So that sucks. Lunch I had leftover rice and butter chicken and then some prunes. Not because I'm constipated. I just like prunes. And they're a good carb source. They're healthy. So, the set today. You know what? Hold on. Let me use my computer, my trusty laptop, to pull them up so I can refer to them. I'm not going to show you guys. I don't think I'm going to show you guys the practices, like give them to you. Because, well, maybe I will. But it's kind of my coach's intellectual property. Is that dumb? Do coaches, do I have permission to, give out sets from my coach? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if he'd be upset about that. So we're just going to err on the side of caution and not. I'll give you parts of it. I won't give you the whole thing, though. Week 2, General Endurance. Oh. Okay, I haven't looked at any of these yet. I don't like looking at the stuff that I've, I don't like looking at sets before I do them. I think I mentioned that already. Yeah, so the afternoon was a lot of aerobic work. We did some underwater stuff. I was the only one that did it so far. So I did a ton of aerobic stuff. It was some sets of 75, 50s, and 25s working underwaters. I did some with fins and then some without. And then just some 75s with the snorkel, focusing on technique. The actual aerobic stuff was about 3,000 yards. It was 3 rounds of 2 300s negative split, and then 4 100s descent 1 to 4. And I held a pretty good pace on those 300s. I was holding between 328 and 333, which I was happy with. I wanted to be under 330 for all of them, but I just got really tired and that didn't happen. And with that fast turnaround between the practices, I'll take a 333. And then for the 100s, I was between 107 and 110. I wanted to get down to 105, couldn't do that. I was just exhausted. That practice came in at 6,000 yards at the end. But yeah, a lot of good aerobic work that main set. Did I mention it was 3 times through? It was 3 times through. And then, this morning, all the flush out stuff. It was basically, we did stuff in sets of 15 minutes. So the first 15 minutes of practice were just straight swimming. That was a lot of warm-up. Or that was warm-up, effectively. And then you go in sets of 15 minutes doing like 100. Oh, those were supposed to be I'm be honest, I didn't do those right. They're supposed to be free kick. I did some butterfly. Sorry, coach. I had no idea. But yeah, 15 minutes of like 100 free kick with fins at 5 seconds rest, and the next 15 minutes are 200 pull at 20 seconds rest. So they're all in rest intervals, and it's just however many you get done in the 15 minutes. And it was basically we get to 5,000 yards, and then once you hit 5,000, you cool down. So a lot of continuous swimming, but it was like mostly easy to moderate. But yeah, those were my practices today. I feel like I got a really good amount of aerobic work in. I think tomorrow we're doing some more power stuff, so I'm excited for that because I think I could definitely benefit from doing some like speed and power work because I'm not a sprinter. So that'll be helpful to work on that. Help get my opening speed on my like 200 because I have no opening speed. But yeah, I have, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes before I gotta get ready to leave for class. So I am gonna play, am I gonna read or am I gonna play Planet Zoo? I don't know. Put it down in the comments, guys. Should I read or should I play Planet Zoo? Also, check out my awesome poster. It says Among Us. But yeah, put it down in the comments what I should do. Should I read or should I play video games? Alright, I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments. Read? Okay, guess I'll read. Oh, and it's time to be real. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Boom. What's up, guys? It's T-Boy Hoops. It is 9:50 p.m. So I know a very, very long time since I last filmed today. I got extremely busy. Basically, I read and then I set an alarm for when I needed to get up and go to class. Well, I thought I did. I actually didn't set it. So I got tired while I was reading because I was exhausted. I started laying down, and then I don't think I fell asleep, but I was about to fall asleep, and I was like, wait, I feel like I've been laying here a while. And then I checked, and I had class in 10 minutes, and it takes me 10 minutes to walk to campus. And I didn't have any of my stuff ready. So I ended up being late to class, and then we didn't take attendance for the first 30 minutes. So whatever, I went to that class, I went to my other class, and then I went to a volleyball game. The whole guys swim team went to the volleyball game. Then I came back and I made dinner and I stretched and I finished watching a documentary about refined sugar on added sugars in diet. It's called That Sugar Film. You should watch it. It's really good and it's really informative. I saw it many, many, many years ago, um, and I thought it would be a good thing to watch again as just like a refresher, to kind of make sure I'm keeping my diet in check. So I definitely have more refined sugars in my diet than I should. So once I like noticed that, I was like, I should watch that again just to give myself a quick refresher of, why to keep them out of my diet. So it's free on YouTube, so everybody should go watch it. Which reminds me of like the being healthy thing I was talking about earlier when I was making breakfast. How I don't know why anyone would choose to not be healthy, considering you have every option to be healthy, and people just choose not to, and I think that's insane. I don't know, that kind of goes along with it, just cutting sugars out of your diet. A lot of it is like you have sugar cravings because you eat sugar, and then when you stop eating sugar, you stop having cravings as much. Because like I noticed that I have a lot of cravings for sweet things until I actually start taking it out of my diet more, and then I realize that after a few weeks, like I don't crave sweet things as much. So I can indulge in something sweet every once in a while, and my cravings don't, like, they're not there all the time like they normally would be if I had sugar all the time. So you're like feeding the cravings just makes it worse. But yeah, I don't know why people don't choose to be healthy. It's insane. I mean, maybe a few extra bucks at the grocery store. It's honestly not that big of a change. Just start buying more vegetables and get rid of the processed crap. Usually it's cheaper just to make stuff on your own anyways. Like, instead of buying like crappy like frozen burritos or something, just make your own. The ingredients are usually cheaper in the long run. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I've grown up in like a healthy like environment. That doesn't make sense. Like, I grew up in a house where healthy food was normal. So, I don't know, I was kind of blessed with that. Um, it's not necessarily like I was always struggling to eat right, or I didn't know how to eat right, because I've kind of grown up with it. But yeah, that's probably one of the most important things to me in life is like being healthy, maintaining a good diet, that sort of stuff. Um, anyway, that was a really, really long time discussing that. And I'm gonna get ready for bed. Gotta get up for practice at like 7:15. So I have until like 11:15 to go to bed, and I still get my full 8 hours. But I might get in a little bit earlier, because I'm really trying to get started on recovery. I'm really starting to like try and take recovery more like seriously, because I haven't really done that in the past few years. So I really want to do that. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably try and stay off my phone for about the next hour, and then try and go to bed. Probably less than that. I probably want to be in bed before 11 o'clock. Anyway, that was my day. So there you go, Grant Pierce. You now get a day in the life of me, a professional vlogger. So, thank you for getting me that breakfast hot dog and the calf. I'm finally returning the favor 2 years later. And I actually did kind of enjoy this. Documenting my day, even though I got really busy in the middle and then didn't really get anything for the past 8 hours. But, I mean, throw down in the comments if you want to see more of this, because I kind of enjoyed it, and I think I could do some more fun stuff with it. Obviously, this is the first time, and it's just kind of like busy day, so it wasn't really exciting. But I can do better. I can get more into nutrition and athletics, and I don't know. I'm thinking about doing cooking. Oh, sorry guys. I'm thinking about doing like cooking on my channel and like different recipes and stuff, because I've really enjoyed doing that recently. Which I know is totally different from my normal content. I don't know, I might start doing that. I mean, hit me in the comments with what you want to see. anything. Gaming, vlogs, cooking, skateboarding, parkour, those crazy, the trampoline tricks that people do where they jump off the high ledge and hit the trampoline and then come back up. I don't know. I could start doing reactions. I could be a reaction channel. I could be a grammar channel. I could help teach people proper grammar for English. I don't know. I knew a lot of different things. So hit me in the comments with what you want to see. Any new content or stay with the old content. Gosh, old content is really old. I haven't uploaded in a long time. I need to go back to McDonald's at 3 a.m. and get a Happy Meal, if you know what I'm saying. OG fans know what that means. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. Or at least I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. Which means putting my phone away. So I'm saying goodbye to you guys. So it was great spending the day with you guys. I love all of you. And I will see you later. Boom.